What's up guys, my name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader, and welcome back to the channel. In this video we'll be taking a look at the top 100 Minecraft mods of all time, 100 groundbreaking mods that changed the game and are highly memorable and nostalgic or innovating. This video will be broken down into a series of 10 parts, each in a top 10 style format with 10 mods, with this one being part 5. Let's begin. Atum 2. This mod introduces an all new dimension to explore which consists of 9 separate and unique biomes housing different structures, from dungeons to ruins and even pyramids. There are 11 new mobs to face on your adventure, which include 5 new animal types which can be hunted or tamed. For some special items, don't overlook the 35 or more artifacts which are hidden throughout. These have special abilities built into them which aid you in certain situations, making you stronger from potion effects. The endgame boss type you should work to defeat here is the powerful Pharaoh that has multiple variants which you can fight. The portal to reach the dimension requires you to build a pool of water, ideally surrounded by sandstone blocks. Then you toss a golden scarab beetle item into it in order to activate the portal. DivineRPG. For an old school RPG-like experience, look to this mod. It's a revolutionary Minecraft mod introducing a series of 8 brand new dimensions, 115 all new mobs, and hundreds of new and special items and block types that include dozens of new armor and weapon sets to utilize. This mod is more of a total conversion, as it's one of those classic RPG mods that introduces a progression system spanning multiple dimensions. For fans of Advent of Ascension, which I've also featured initially, this is the mod that came before it, spawning the mod as its spiritual successor. There's many fresh and unique dimensions, such as the Dravite Hills, which is the first dimension you'll reach, the Augite Depths, which is particularly dangerous, the frozen icy Icica dimension, which is full of snow-themed threats, the hardest dimension of Vithia, the luscious blue forest, Azurite forest dimension, the dungeon world of Dungeon of Arcana, which feels like a dungeon crawler world, and the Mithril Mountains that features the very rare Mithril ore resource within exclusively. Each of these dimensions feature a different look and feel to them, and they house dangerous mobs and bosses to defeat of varying difficulties. Vampirism. The Vampirism mod lets you become both a vampire and a vampire slayer. You can become a fast and strong vampiric beast in this mod, having many benefits and strengths, but also many drawbacks and weaknesses. For an example, the sun will damage you and you are susceptible to certain weaponry from the Slayer's arsenal, as well as the actual Slayers themselves, which sometimes will turn up to protect a village and its villagers. You have to manually inject vampire blood or be bitten in order to gain the debuff effect. This is called Sanguinaire Vampiris, which will slowly turn you into a vampire. Alternatively, you can also join the hunter side if you want to hunt down vampires instead. Vampires in the mod feed on blood, which can be sourced from both animals and humans. You can then advance your powers using skill points, which can unlock abilities like night vision, bat transformation, and teleportation. Vampire hunters function in a similar way, using weapons like a crossbow or stakes to eliminate vampires, also being able to level up and unlock their own respective skills, including some of those of a vampire, to use their powers against them. Vampires will spawn at night or in a new foggy biome, which allows them to spawn at any time of the day. This makes them extremely dangerous, so this is probably one of the biomes which you should be avoiding if you're not one of them. Doomlike Dungeons. This dungeon crawling mod introduces a new style of dungeons below the world that resemble the retro style from old-fashioned 2D 3D shooters like Doom, being inspired by old level generators for the game. The idea of the mod is to introduce some highly challenging and rewarding multi-room dungeon complexes that are both interesting to explore and exciting to conquer for the player. The mod's dungeons feel like the vanilla ones, but upgraded on a much higher scale, with larger pathways and obstacles, and many different styled rooms, with dungeons spawning both in the nether and the overworld, with many having different styles like frozen dungeons, nether dungeons, or oceanic dungeons. Howling Moon. If we're going to feature a vampire mod, we may as well feature a werewolf mod in the same lineup, right? Howling Moon is a mod that lets you become a werewolf. This mod lets you transform into a wolf on a full moon. To first become one, you need to be infected by being attacked by a pre-existing werewolf in a forest area during nights of the full moon. The infection will then transform the player on the first following full moon night. When you first transform, you'll gain access to a skills menu that lets you see your stats and change your transformed appearance by cycling through the various textures and models. You can then unlock various abilities to make yourself stronger and more agile. As a werewolf, there will be werewolf hunters trying to slay you. Killing them will give you various drops. There are also various items such as Wolfsbane and Silver that's a werewolf's weakness. These can be used to your advantage or to your detriment depending on your situation and the side that you're on. Modular Forcefield system. This is one of the greatest mods for adding an additional layer of protection over your base, allowing you to keep out both hostile mobs and players and create a place of sanctuary. The mod lets you generate force fields in game by using redstone flux power. The force fields aren't just simple though, they provide not just security from the force field bubble or cube itself, but also from the area of defense station block that lets you fend off mobs and NPCs or players. This block will also let you perform cool useful actions, like stripping enemy players of their items and weapons when they enter the radius of your base. This would be particularly useful to hold meetings with enemy factions on a server or meeting players that you can't fully trust. You can change the size and shape of the force field in its interface to customize its radius and distance and appearance to what you wish it to be. SCP Lockdown. Based entirely off of fan material and stories from the Secure Contain Protect fandom, the SCP Lockdown mod is a mod originally recreating an older mod, SCP Craft. You can expect to unlock a large number of blocks in this mod that will allow you to build an impressive looking facility, gain access to around 50 or more useful items like night vision goggles, and also spawn nearly 80 different new and unique SCP anomalies that can be put in the containment chambers in your facility or let loose to cause some havoc in the world. There are new potion effects as well as a new tiredness system that makes you progressively less cognitive as you spend more time without sleeping. There's some really amazing community made maps with the Lockdown mod, amazing facilities built by players that are super fun to play. Dragon Mounts 2. The original purpose of this mod was to add function to the mostly useless Ender Dragon eggs in vanilla Minecraft, making them both hatchable and the new dragons from them also tameable. This mod is really amazing as it features so many different types and colours of dragons that are really fun to mess around with. If you like pet mods, you should enjoy this mod. You're basically hatching and fostering baby dragons as they grow up into the different stages and then using them as mounts to soar through the skies. You can tame them using raw fish and then they will follow and protect you just like dogs and cats. Certain eggs have different hatching environments and requirements. For an example, fire dragon eggs need to be hatched nearby lava, water eggs upon water, and snow dragons upon snow blocks, vice versa. Advanced lightsabers. For Star Wars fans, this mod is truly amazing. The mod introduces a series of different lightsabers, but it doesn't just stop there. The strength of this mod is the force power system. There are 13 different unique and upgradable abilities that you can unlock via the holocron items in game, which are found across the world. As you gain force XP alongside standard experience, you can then purchase and upgrade your force powers to become stronger and advance your general force mastery. You can utilize drain life to heal from others, shock to use force lightning, heal to repair yourself, fortify as a shield, stun, stealth to become invisible, speed to move in a more agile fashion, sight to sense nearby creatures, battle meditation to gain bonuses to melee and force abilities, lightsaber throw, energy resist to reduce incoming lightsaber damage, and also force push. There's a range of customizable lightsabers, letting you change the hilts, projectors, and various other parts to customize your color and appearance of your weapon, letting you create the dark saber or any other legendary character's saber from the movies. Along with the impressive abilities and 3D lightsabers, there's also structures. The Jedi Temple spawns in most temperate biomes, containing light force stone, which you can use to create forges, as well as chests and holocrons and lightsaber components inside. You can also find crystals for your sabers scattered around the world. These come in different styles which affect the saber's appearance. Compressed focusing crystals for Star Wars Rebels pointer sabers, cracked kyber crystals for unstable lightsabers like Kylo Ren's crossguard one, inverting focusing crystals for black inner blades like the Darksaber, and fine cut focusing crystals for a thinner sword-like blade such as the Darksaber uses also. You will also discover Sith tombs which are hidden deep below deserts, long forgotten Sith burial sites containing treasures of the lost old Sith Empire. MineColonies. This city simulation and management mod features interactive building that lets you construct your very own town or city in the game. You can build a kingdom and manage it as a leader as you expand your colony with many different useful buildings and structures and inhabit it with workers and citizens that help it to grow and prosper and adapt. You can build your colony in any geological location. The mod features many NPC workers. These include builders, fishers, guards, farmers, foragers, miners and smelters, bakers and cooks, mail couriers, composters, and animal herders. In an Age of Empires style fashion, you will have access to functional buildings too, which they can work inside of, like warehouses, town halls, the barracks, libraries, and universities and schools. And that concludes part 5 of the top 100 Minecraft mods of all time. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss part 6, and so you can be part of the channel before we hit 100,000 subscribers very soon. Also make sure to follow me at thebluecrusader over on Instagram for some behind the scenes updates. Comment below your favourite of the 10 mods featured in part 5 and why that is, and also comment your favourite Minecraft mods of all time too, which I may not have yet featured. Thanks for watching. YouTube says 97% of you are not subscribed, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications and slap the like button for more Minecraft mod videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.